Yo, what's up guys, Goblin here, welcome to this new episode. In today's video, I'm going to play with my old main deck, guys. Mortar Miner Bait is actually back in the current meta. It used to be so strong 2 or 3 months ago. If you guys watch my videos back then, you know that this deck used to be one of my favorite, or actually my main deck to push. Always on top of ladder. I used to play this deck a lot. It kind of disappeared, and then nowadays I've seen so many people use it again in the current meta, which is definitely really interesting, but of course also super exciting for me because it's a deck I already have a lot of experience with, and also in general I feel like it's yeah, pretty solid deck for me. So let's see what we're gonna be facing. Looks like this guy just responds to our mortar with a golem right away, so that's not even that bad of a play from him. We do need to be careful here with the golem push because of course mortar out of cycle. How are we gonna defend it? Let's try to DPS it down as soon as possible with the Spear Goblins. With the cannon card, unfortunately, one of the Skeleton Dragons is gonna get a lock onto one of the Spear Goblins. Let's in the meantime go with Skeleton King. Let's go with Bats to distract everything. And I think that should be a pretty solid defense overall. Maybe not the best defense, but I guess it's okay. Okay, let's actually take advantage of the fact that we still have those troops there to go with a Mortar offensively. Mortar is gonna get a lock if he doesn't drop anything. Looks like he doesn't indeed drop any card, and I think also we can keep under pressure by going Goblin Gang, recognizing that his dagger dash is out of daggers right now, and also most importantly he just used the barbell, so of course barbell out of cycle, Goblin Gang most of the time is gonna be quite annoying for him to stop. So nice, pretty good start there. I was kind of afraid when I saw the golem, but honestly that worked out very well for us. And by the way, I do want to once again apologize for the overall quality of today's video. Probably gonna be like this for the next couple of days. I actually wasn't able to fix the iPad quite yet. They are working on it right now, so you guys need to be patient a little longer, and then hopefully soon I'm gonna be back with the iPad. I think overall quality, like lighting wise, mic wise, it's okay. It's of course not the best, but I think overall yeah, it's not the worst either. Okay, so definitely an interesting situation so far. We were able to take care of the Elixir Collector, so that's always nice. In the meantime, we already dealt quite a bit of chip damage to his right side tower as well. I'm only afraid of like a big golem push though. How are we gonna defend a huge golem push? Okay, I'm gonna go mortar opposite lane, which is gonna take the tower, but he might try and just make a huge push, and then this way win the win the match, or not necessarily win the match, but force out the tower trade at least. Okay, let's go with the Skeleton King opposite lane to start the three card cycle going. If he does go with his Skeleton Dragons, I'm probably just gonna go arrows and try to cycle back to another set of arrows. Let's go with a miner here up high to distract everything. Let's go with bats on the backside of the Electric Dragon. Let's in the meantime go with arrows on defense as well. Let's go with Spear Goblins here, and I think that's definitely gonna be tower down. There's no way for us to defend it, so I think we should just probably leave it like this. I'm gonna pop my ability here as well. Let's go with the Goblin Gang off to the side, and let's wait a little bit to see, okay, what is the opponent gonna do? Okay, looks like he's gonna take the tower. Let's actually keep out the pressure here by going cannon card at the bridge. I feel like he might try and pressure with, I don't know, maybe like a golem or something. So looks like he doesn't. Looks like instead he goes with a battle healer. And definitely a tricky situation, guys. Okay, he does go for the golem, but the Electric Dragon is gonna go up front, so that's good for us. We should be able to... Nice, let's go with arrows here as well. Not the best Skeleton Dragons, in my opinion, from him. Let's see if we can take advantage of that. Yeah, by afterwards going with the bats. If he has Nado, I think the Nado is not gonna be on time, so the Nado shouldn't be able to kill the bats. And let's in the meantime go with Spear Goblins, and he decides to go with an Elixir Collector. Okay, very late Elixir Collector, if you ask me. Let's see if we can take advantage of the Elixir Collector by going, yeah, miner right here. Let's go with Skeleton King plus Goblin Gang. Let's go with an ability here because he does end up using the barbell. He's probably going to use his Nado, so let's go with bats here on the right side tower as well. Trying to keep the pressure as much as possible. There's the Nado. Nice. Cannon card is going to get a lock. Let's go with Spear Goblins here as well. So much damage on the right side tower, and I think we might be able to take it. There you go. We are able to overwhelm the opponent. Let's give him a good game, and it's gonna be a very nice W, very nice match here to start today's video. Let's drop, yeah, play again right away. And let's see if we can keep it up, guys. That was definitely kind of scary, I'm not gonna lie. At some point when he had like the Golem, I think it was like Healer, Lumberjack, Skeleton Dragon, all those cards, like, how do you say that, like together, combined on the right side, I was like, okay, we need to be careful. We were able to win. I think what cost him the match, to be honest, was the Elixir Collector. I don't think he should be going with the Elixir Collector yet that late in the match. But hey, I guess really good for us. Okay, let's go with a Skeleton King here up high, trying to take care of most of the goblins. I think we should be able to. Okay, let's actually go with arrows, and let's also pop the ability right away. This way we're gonna take care hopefully of the miner quickly, allowing them okay, I was about to say allowing the mortar to lock into the tower, but it looks like he does cycle back to another Goblin Gang, and honestly quick cycle from him. He has Goblin Gang, bats, he has the Spear Goblins as well, miner lock. I think this is, yeah, I was about to say, I think this is also gonna be like some mortar minor kind of spam deck, but instead he has the lock version, which I believe is always combined with the fireball. So we only have arrows, he has fireball plus lock, which is gonna be I guess a little bit tricky for us. We need to be careful with not giving him too much value with the spells. Okay, so he also has dagger dashes, which is also not like ideal for us. I think at some point, if we are able to overrun the dagger dashes like we did in the last match against Golem, it shouldn't be that big of a problem, but it's not as effective to go, for example, with miners, with goblins, spear goblins, those type of cards. It's never that easy to get a lot of value out of them. So let's actually go with bats here up high. Even though the dagger dash is gonna take care of it, it's still gonna take care of the cannon card, which is our goal right here. Let's actually make sure that we take care of the spear goblins instead of the miner. Good usage of him with the cannon card. Even though the cannon card went down, it's still gonna get a lot of value against the Skelly King. And let's in the meantime go with spear goblins here. Okay, let's see about the situation. I think we should be fine, especially we have cannon card available. I have evil mortar available as well. I wonder, okay, let's go with the evil mortar. I wonder what he's gonna drop right here. Okay, he goes with evil bats, which is definitely not a bad play. Let's actually have the arrows ready as well. Let's go with arrows right now. Okay, nice, good arrows. We're gonna take care of the evil bats. We're gonna take care of the spear goblins. And I think he's gonna go with a Goblin Gang. Maybe we can predict the Goblin Gang. Nice. Okay, Goblin Gang against the Goblin Gang is gonna get cancelled out pretty much entirely. But I think the mortar is gonna go down. Or maybe it actually is gonna get a hit. Yeah, I think it is gonna get a hit. It still has quite some HP. Let's take advantage of the fact that the miner is gonna tank for the Goblin. Let's go with bats here as well. And he is gonna take quite some damage right here. Miner is gonna walk backwards. That's why I always like to go with miner in the back in that specific situation. Why? Because any troop he's gonna drop like a miner, like goblins, whatever, they're gonna walk backwards, and in this way, the miner is gonna tank, and of course the bats can get onto the tower for quite some damage. Okay, let's go with an ability here. He's probably gonna use lock sometime soon. Let's go with a Goblin Gang here, predicting the miner. That's perfect. Let's go with bats here as well, and let's keep it under pressure by going miner with the cannon card, with the evil bats. He's probably gonna be forced to go with a fireball, but not the best fireball by him, and he's still gonna take a lot of damage there. And he also, I was about to say, he also knows it. He's gonna go. Good game. We're gonna take the tower, and man, it feels so good playing with this deck again. I definitely miss playing with this deck. It's super fun to play with a deck you always used to kind of play with, you like playing, and then it's back really strong in the current meta. So very nice W. See you guys soon with match number 3. Okay, let's go guys, hopping into match number 3, and I believe this is actually what's this called? Kotori. I think this is Kotori, the miner player. So it's gonna be interesting to face him. I'm not sure what version he's using. He usually likes to play with mortar, or no, excuse me, not mortar, with what's it called, with miner delivery with rocket. But I think with the wall breaker it's probably gonna be magic archer. What version is this gonna be? I'm not sure, to be honest. He has ice spirit, he has knight, wall breakers. It's definitely gonna be interesting to see what miner version. But I mean, if you face it's Nate. I kind of forgot his name. I know that on YouTube I believe his name is Kotori, and then I think his real name is Nate. So a big shout out to Nate. Let's see if we can end up winning against him. He's definitely a really good miner player. I'm not sure. I know it's gonna be Goblin Drill actually. Okay, Goblin Drill with Knight. Definitely interesting version so far. I think we should be fine. We have a pretty solid counter, I would say, against the Goblin Drill with the Goblin Gang. We have the Skeleton King. I think overall we have some solid answers. We do of course need to be careful with the cycle, because it definitely seems that he's cycling really quick with the wall breakers, with the ice spirit. But I think overall we should be fine. And we're gonna force out the evil wall breakers defensively. Nice. That's actually great for us, guys. Evil wall breakers are always kind of tricky to defend, especially because they, I mean, of course the arrows do kind of counter them, but they don't fully die. So yeah, definitely forcing them out on defense in that specific situation is really good for us. Okay, let's go with Spear Goblins here to keep under pressure. I think it's always good to just continue pressuring as much as possible. He is gonna go with his Goblin Drill. Let's go with the cannon card here off to the side, and to make sure we don't take any damage from the Goblins, I'm also gonna go with a Goblin Gang, and let's actually go with the Skeleton King. He's probably gonna lock. Oh no, he goes with the Evil Cannon. Okay, nice decision from him. I was expecting him to lock. That's why I went with the Skeleton King. Then trying to, recharge the ability to the most, and then also hopefully getting some damage. Anyways, pretty good ability here, even though, we are gonna force out the lock. He has it in cycle. Most of the times with the ability, you're still gonna get quite some damage. And oh my god, guys, cannon card is actually gonna get a lock onto the tower. That's so much damage. That's what I love about the cannon card. It's sometimes so hard to stop it, especially if you combine it with like the Skeleton King. If you combine it with other spammy cards, it looks like Nate in this case is gonna give up. Honestly, with a cycle deck, especially if you go down one tower, it's really hard to make a comeback. So I understand, and definitely a really good matchup for us in this case. So let's give him a good game. We are gonna end up 3-conning him quite quickly. Nice matchup for sure. See you guys soon with game number 4. Okay guys, we're already pushing up like crazy. That's what I'm telling you guys. This deck is just so fun, so good. Let's go with the pets here. First play to cycle, and let's see what the opponent is going to be using. Looks like he goes with skeletons. Most of the time it's going to be some kind of cycle deck. Skeleton is going to get one hit, but honestly didn't really want to spend any elixir right there. And he also has the Ice Wizard. Okay, Ice Wizard. plus skeletons. What could this be? Maybe some kind of graveyard deck? Maybe the graveyard version with Goblin Cage? Yeah, there you go. There's the Goblin Cage. I wouldn't be surprised if he's gonna be running it with the Goblin Stein, Barbell, Tornado. Pretty typical graveyard deck, which is actually not an easy matchup for us at all. Honestly, this graveyard deck, I would say, does very well against Mortar Spam. Why? Because of course he has Nado, he has Poison, he has Ice Wizard. He has a lot of different answers to deal with our deck, and looks like he's gonna go very aggressive, which I'm not sure if that's the best decision from him. We have the Cannon card, we have the Spear Goblins. I think we should be able to get a pretty solid defense. He is going to activate the King Tower, which is also very aggressive from him if you ask me. Then we are going to be able to also deal quite a good amount of damage on his right side tower. So not really sure about the situation, but I think he went quite aggressive there. And also the fact that he activated King Tower, I'm not sure if he's yet too happy about it. So let's go with a Mortar here as soon as we have 4 Elixir. I feel like he's kind of low on Elixir right now, so we should be able to hopefully get some damage with the Mortar. Hopefully the Skeletons are gonna go down, and then the Mortar might be able to get a lock. Let's see what happens though. Okay, he does go with the Goblin Stein. I think I'm gonna go with the Skeleton King here just to start DPSing down the Goblin Stein monster as soon as possible. Let's see if we can afterwards maybe keep up the pressure. I think we should be able to, yeah, try and do so with, for example, some Spear Goblins. We can go with a Miner towards the tower as well. I go with Miner on the backside of the tower because if he does end up using Nado, we can then go with Bats here up high. And I think I'm still going to go with Bats here. I was about to say that I think I'm going to go with Bats because I know that he's probably going to go Nado. Kind of predicting the Nado right there with the Evil Bats, and we are going to take care of his right side tower. So what a nice sequence. Let's go with a Mortar here on the left side tower as soon as possible to keep up the pressure. Try and make sure that we, yeah, keep up the situation going for us. Let's go with the Goblin King in the middle as well. I think this is gonna be another player which is gonna, yeah, end up giving up, guys. And what is going on in today's video? We're facing some really good players, to be honest. But yeah, with the main deck, with the old main deck, which might become the new main deck once again, we're just destroying the best players in the world right now. Another 3 count, and honestly, with this deck, it's not like you're gonna 3 count often. I have played this deck, as I said, many times in the past already, and normally with this deck, I would say you barely ever 3 count. And so far we have, yeah, beaten this guy, which is a really well-known, good graveyard player. I'm not sure if it's the real one. I think there's one guy. Yeah, look at that, guys. Number 5 finish in the world. So it's definitely the real one. Then, of course, this is Nate, as I said before, which is also a really solid player. Number 17 finish. He also has a number 100 finish. I think this is his second account. And then overall just doing really good. 4-0 so far. I think I would like to play one more match, currently at 2,900 medals. See you guys soon with the last match of today's video. Okay, let's go, guys. Hopping into the last match of today's video, we're facing someone quite good. If you guys look at his profile, he has some decent finish here, so let's give him the good luck and let's see what he's gonna be running. So I always like to just cycle my evolutions. I think it's quite important, so that's why I start off in this case with the bets. I'm gonna go with a Mortar quite aggressively as well. It looks like we're gonna be facing some kind of, which I would say is probably gonna be Bridge Spam after seeing Heal Spirit and Archer Queen. I could be wrong, but I think it might be, yeah, Bridge Spam. Okay, I was kind of debating, should I go Goblin Gang, should I go Skeleton King, should I go Miner? I decided to keep the Miner because if he does have the version, I was about to say, with the Elixir Collector, it's gonna be kind of tricky for us to take care of it. So let's go with Spear Goblins, let's go with a Miner here towards the Elixir Collector. Let's hopefully take care of most of the Elixir Collector. This way he's not gonna get that big of an Elixir advantage, but kind of a tricky one, guys. I feel like facing Elixir Collector, like we, for example, did against the Golem player, like, I don't want to say one mistake, but just overall one kind of bad interaction. Okay, let's go with arrows here on defense. Hopefully we're not going to take too much damage, but yeah, definitely not the best situation for us. Let's go with Spear Goblins here in the middle to distract the Bandit that should not be able to get any damage. There you go, we are going to take care of the Bandit, but still kind of a tricky one, guys. Okay, let's see. I think this is one of those matchups where we need to play very defensively, very carefully, especially with the Elixir Collector. If he is able to get the Elixir advantage, at some point he might be able to just overwhelm us with like the Archer Queen with the Barbarian, so it's gonna be tricky, but I think we should be able to. Okay, he does go with Elixir Collector. He doesn't have arrows in cycle, so we can maybe get something going here with the Evil Bats, guys. Instead of going towards the Elixir Collector with the Miner, I'm just gonna go straight to the tower. Let's see if we can get something going here with the Miner, with the Skeleton King. I think that might be tower down if he doesn't have arrows in cycle back. Looks like he doesn't have the arrows back in cycle, and it is pretty much gonna be tower down. How are we gonna defend the counter push though? That's the question right here. Let's set up for a defensive Mortar. Okay, he does go with his Battle Ram. Battle Ram is actually gonna get pushed towards the tower. Okay, that's unfortunate for us, but I think we still should be fine. Let's go with Bats here. Let's go with Spear Goblins off to the side as well. The help, or the Cannoneer, is definitely helping us a lot. And I think the Bandit, honestly, I'm just gonna ignore it at this point. I think it is gonna get quite some damage, but I think overspending in that specific situation would have put us even in a worse spot. So let's just reset with a Cannon card in the back. Let's go with a Skeleton King here in defense as well. And I think if we survive, I mean, we have the left side tower pretty much, yeah, down already. So all we really need to do is just survive for now. Okay, let's go with bats here off to the side. Let's go with the Skeleton King ability here as well. Let's go with Spear Goblins. He's probably going to use the arrows sometime soon. So let's kind of wait for the arrows, or at least go with the Goblin Gang, which is not too predictable. Let's go with a Mortar here up high as well. Let's try to wait a little bit to see, okay, is he going to go arrows? What is he going to do? Looks like the Veteran is going to make it to the tower. Oh my god, I think that's going to be tower down, guys. Yeah, tower I think should go down for sure. Let's make sure that we actually take his tower as well, because we still needed to take his tower. So let's go with arrows. And man, I don't know, I wish we would have just survived, but that was so hard with the elixir advance you have. And I think in this situation, with the 2 tower situation, it's gonna be hard to make a comeback, but let's see what happens, guys. Okay, 1 minute and 50 seconds left, so there's still a lot of time for us to try and kind of cook, but this is not going to be easy. He even has the Evo Barbarians available. The Veteran is gonna go down to the Mortar, but still really difficult situation. Ability from the Skeleton King is not gonna pop, and I think that is probably gonna be a good game, guys. Let's go with the Evo Mortar. Last second Evo Mortar is gonna kind of come in clutch. Is gonna defend the Veteran at least, but still lots of damage taken, and I'm not sure if it's a situation which we can still kind of turn around and yeah, end up winning this. Okay, let's focus. Let's try and lock in as much as possible. Let's go with another cannon card here in the back. He's gonna go with his Archer Queen. Let's go for a Skeleton King here in the back as well. 1 minute and 10 seconds left, so a little bit more than 10 seconds, and we're hopping into triple elixir. I wonder if triple elixir is gonna be good for us or not. Let's go with a Goblin Gang split. Let's go with bats here off to the side as well. Let's go with a cannon card. Let's try to go with ability here to maybe force out the arrows. Let's go with Spear Goblins off to the side. He does go with the arrows. Okay, let's go with arrows here to try and take care of the Archer Queen, but the Archer Queen is still alive, guys. Not having a big spell is kind of hurting us right now. Okay, let's go with the Goblin Gang, let's go with a Mortar up high, let's go with the Skeleton King as well. I want to try and take advantage of the fact that whenever he uses the arrows, we can maybe get something going with the Evo Bats. Okay, let's go with ability right now. Let's go with Spear Goblins off to the side. Let's see if we can finally break through, but this is not looking good, guys. Let's go with the Goblin Gang here as well. Only 30 seconds left. He does go with the arrows, but I think he's just going to be able to cycle back to another set of arrows really quickly. Let's go with Skeleton King. Let's go with the Goblins. Let's go with an ability, but it's not going to be enough. Unfortunately, we are going to end up losing the last match of today's video. Man, that was so close. If we were able to survive for single elixir, we would have been able to beat this really difficult matchup. The fact that we cannot kill the Archer Queen, we don't really have anything good against this Elixir Collector, is actually, super hard, super difficult. But anyways, I think we still put up a really good fight. Overall, also a really good video. Let's actually give him the good game. Well played to this guy. Definitely a really good Bridgeman player. And by the way, let me know in the comment section below if you guys would like to see a video on this Bridgeman deck, or maybe in general any other suggestions. Do let me know in the comment section below. I always love reading your ideas, and maybe I will do it in one of the upcoming videos. So unfortunate loss, as I said at the end. We were able to beat Wu, we beat Nate as well in a pretty good matchup for us. Then we beat this Mortar Miner player, and we also had a really nice game against Mortar. So hopefully you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys did, please make sure to smack the like button. If not subscribed to the channel yet, feel free to subscribe, and hope to see you guys in one of my next videos. Take care, guys.